Alright, come on, receive the data. Hello, I'm Contestants42, and today, I'm going to be talking about a different support weapon that I feel like people underutilize on both factions, actually. And no, it's not the Airburst Rocket Launcher. That thing has its niche, but otherwise it's a piece of crap. I'm going to be talking about the Recoilless rifle. You know, the thing that's overshadowed by EATs and the Quasar cannon. That thing. Alright. To utilize this properly, I'm going to run it, an HMG, because this is one of those mission types, and then also Gatling gas. Do I want to? I probably also want to switch to this. I don't know who any of these people are. As you saw at the beginning, I just hit quick play. I like hitting quick play. Some of the time. At least 80% of the time, and that's probably why I keep doing it. They do make you lose your sanity pretty quick, though. But I think that's just the nature of having to play with people you aren't used to communicating with.
Go now, and fear the shadow of neither death nor tyranny.
Those guys are all getting up there. That's fine. I'm going to sit down here. You know, this actually isn't a good spot for it. Okay, I need that guy to go. But honestly, I need him to be a little bit closer because of damage fall off. He still went into the thing? That's annoying. Okay, should be good to reload? Yeah, this guy's going to be annoying, but it'll be fine. That guy's kind of sunk into the ground weirdly.
Heavy on my position.
Gosh darn it. This guy's also running a recoilless. Okay. There's another charger, I heard him. He's around the corner here. I think. I've realized I'm still running the, Oh. Okay. That works too. I can fire. There's another one. Reload this. I can grab one of these now.
Orbital inbound.
Orbital barrage incoming. Scan clear.
Come on. Gotta get this to actually put the scope in. I might just actually blow that up. cancel that reload. I still can't see on this.
Requesting orbital.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
Just hate the encampment being so buggy.
Freedom. Red yet burger. Extract windward.
New mag.
Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates.
Alright. Time to drop down here.
Pelican 1 landing in progress.
Helldive never die.
Entry, I think, is grabbing shit. I don't know, immediately get in.
Heavy down. Slow. New mag.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Alright. Simple enough Eradicate mission.
You have maintained our way of life.
This is going to be good for test balancing because no one's talking.
Orbit synchronized.
I'm fine with both of these for orbital scatter. I don't want to have to rely on teammates for that. After setting up, we drop into the egg mission and are immediately greeted by about what I expected, dropping directly on my side objective.
Remember this.
Yeah, there's a bit of time before I actually get that recoilless rifle, and I have to waste 2 stun grenades just to get this thing to sit still long enough to be crushed by it. It doesn't even kill it. That's the saddest part. Oh, what is he doing? Is he stunned?
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Oh god. Okay, so this is one of those types of ones. Seeing the Bile Titan directly behind us, I, after saying, oh god, start backing up, hoping the flamethrower user can take care of the chaff while I get reloaded on started and knocking that thing's head off. He doesn't seem to realize that flamethrower doesn't really do much to the damn thing and ends up dying for it after taking aggro, but it does give me enough room to back up. Having after already taken out the last rocket, I finish off the reload by loading in a new one, back up some more, and I don't even know if it was him landing on it or me getting the headshot, but then I immediately see the next one. After using the crossbow to finish off the drone commander, I reload my verdict and start taking care of the hunters. I know we need to back up a little bit more before I'll have enough room to start a reload to finish off that other Bile. Granted, no one's even hit it yet. The captain, or player 1, Orange, dives over this with me and sets up to actually kill the damn thing. You can set the exposed flesh on fire. Well, that is true. I didn't realize how many hunters were still left alive. It was definitely a lot better. He kept focusing those with a flamethrower while letting me set up for a second shot. Fortunately, I whiff it and hit the lower jaw. You need to hit the forehead plate to actually kill that thing for context in 2 hits. Although it doesn't seem to matter as he takes it out with fire anyway. I'm gonna call in a resupply so that way I can start sniping those Shriker nests from over here.
Buckle north, 200 meters.
When you want to take out a Shrieker's nest, there's usually 3, sometimes there's a setup with 2 of them. Each one of them takes 2 shots from any of the anti-tank weapons, and 1 from the spear, and 3 from the commando. Setting up, when you want to take these out from a long range, the EAT and the Quasar really aren't worth it. The EATs, you can only call in 2 every 70 seconds, which means you're going to have to wait in total 210 seconds to take out all of them. In the case of the Quasar, you still take 50 seconds. Here I wait a little bit because I've got a commando guy shooting and I want to see if he actually takes out any of the ones I damage, and then I set up to kill the last one. Even with the time gate problem of waiting for that guy to shoot his commando shots, I still managed to take out this whole thing in about 40 seconds. There's still 2 supply charges over here if somebody needs them. I'll stun grenade the charger.
Hive structure destroyed.
Leaving the stunned charger to the flamethrower user, not wanting to waste any of my freshly reloaded recoilless rifle shots on it, I noticed that we have a bug breach to deal with. Noticing that we have a bug breach now to deal with, I decided to use the rest of my kit. A gas strike and a Gatling barrage can take out most of the chaff that tries to get out of a bug breach, with a heavy machine gun to take care of larger things, like spewers of smaller sizes, other than the Bile, and drone commanders. However, I still have my actual recoilless rifle for any Biles that spawn, or any chargers that spawn. Speaking of Biles, here's our first victim. Needing to first set up to assist the flamethrower user in taking out side chaff, we then run into a second problem of getting flanked around the rock. I trust C2 to deal with for a while, but he's clearly just too focused on the horde in front of him. The Bile itself is too far to the side for me to get a good shot in at it, and keeps playing Ring Around the Rosie with rock. And when I finally hit it, he's going to end up spewing anyway, so I back up, unfortunately into a hunter that I-1's already running from, and then into another charger that's running at us. I hide behind a rock to hope that those guys take care of that stuff, and the Bile then just kills itself, spewing at the rock. Stupid Bile Titan. Oh wait, there's another. But who's surprised that there's another? It's a Helldive mission difficulty. I need to get it into position so that way I can actually shoot it in the face to not have to waste more than a couple shots at it. It roars after I shoot an explosive crossbow round into it, and I think I managed to dome it in the head. Then after reloading, it sets up to kill C2, who's completely oblivious, but I managed to finish it off before it actually gets enough to spew off. Jumping ahead to when we're taking care of a 10-hole bug net, I notice that there's a Bile Titan trying to sneak up behind us. I fire one shot into it and trust that I can reload due to the fact that we have a flamethrower and an arc thrower taking care of the bug nest behind us. However, one scavenger gets fired. I didn't seem to actually have hit the top of the Bile in the first shot, but that's when everyone else notices and starts calling in 500 KGs and stuff. I throw in a Gatling barrage to take care of the chaff that's under it, but we're kind of getting stuck between a rock and a hard place here with the charger in front of us. I tried sneaking up the side of the wall out here and getting people to follow, but that doesn't seem to be going well. They seem to just be trusting the fact that they have this handled. Well, I don't really have the firepower to take care of everything down there with just a primary weapon, so I back up and call in a new recoilless rifle from the top. As I call in my drop pod for a new recoilless rifle, I mark a charger for the rest of the group, pick up my new weapon, and then kaboom! I then finish off this whole nest debacle with probably the most prompting message possible. Okay, that was hectic. A little run to the north later, and we encounter yet another 10-hole bug nest. Everyone else is still recovering from the first one dropping a resupply, so it's up to me to get started on that. I drop in my HMG and my chaff killing stratagems before going to town. That's how you do it. I do really think that the HMG encampment is such a good combo for the recoilless rifle. It lets you have the level of an HMG as your support weapon without needing to actually run it and pick it up and then switch back to your recoilless rifle, which can really help in situations like that where you blow off the armor for a charger and then no one else is paying attention to actually finish the damn thing off. Okay, you know what? I'll go into the pit. It's fine. In the pit, part of the pit. But I don't think he killed me. If C2 did kill me, it really doesn't matter. I unfortunately can't land on this charger for similar not wanting to get immediately team killed again reasons, which kind of just throws a wrench in both me and player 1's plans. Oops.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
I'm gonna climb up the outside of this again, which I figured out you can do by just doing this pretty consistently.
Tagging location.
Can I shoot much over here? I can.
Have a taste of democracy.
Unfortunately, I changed some of my OBS recording settings in order to get multi-track audio, and for some reason going to advanced mode messed up parts of this recording. So I'm sorry you can't properly see in the quality there of what I'm actually shooting at, but it's mostly just hunters from a long distance. Damn. Didn't expect him to start charging that quick.
Got a clip.
Sending in an eagle.
Yeah, in the moment I did get a little anxious about almost killing N3 right there. Oops. Oh, you know what? Actually, I probably was killed by C2 in that last instance. Not that it really matters. Probably had the lightning bounce and the charge on me. Oh, okay, that one right between his legs. I should have stopped. Honestly, as I run in here, does anyone else have a problem of brain just goes monkey mode and entirely focuses on taking care of the objective or closing bug holes and doesn't really pay attention to the things around them? Because in all honesty, I should have died here right about then, just now. But nah, I'll stim. Reload in. Having the 10% faster reload speed is so important for this. Uh-oh, I don't want to be near that. Well, in case you're concerned about why I was worried about an orbital precision strike, it's because, again, we have the orbital scatter modifier. That thing could have landed anywhere closer and actually killed me. I then just decided to shoot the Bile, hoping that the railgun strike that's being fired at it will finish it off from there, but it doesn't. We gotta set up for another reload. And unfortunately, a very unfortunate turn of events happens here.
Weapon emplacement.
Calling in reinforcements.
I'm gonna brownie face that. I'd really like to think the flashing explosions of that thing going off was my life flashing before my eyes a second time. You really gotta be careful with the airborne rocket launcher, and people are almost never careful with it. I will say that aside, they do a decently good job of it in this mission. I think it's the only time they killed me with it this entire operation. Though, I wasn't the only one dying into it. Speaking of things dying, kaboom! Yeah, I don't know how that, after that direct hit, that Bile Titan is still up either. But he's gone now. Skipping ahead, we encounter a Spore Spewer Tower. These have the exact same health points as the Shriker Towers that spawn in those. However, because there's only ever one of them, it doesn't really matter which anti-tank weapon you use for them. In fact, you can use just about anything to take out one of those. Especially because you're not getting swarmed constantly by flocks. We're fired an airburst cannon at that other shit. Okay, well now I can't see the enemies. It's gonna sneak up and do shit, but that's fine. There's most definitely a second fog generator here.
Cancel that. Objective located. Northeast.
Yeah, the image compression on Ion Storm plus Fog Generator there is not good for my recording. It needs to go.
Tagging location. North. Go back.
I heard something swipe. Okay. Is that guy over there?
Terminal.
Past me was worried about Stalker. However, if I looked at the map and did my math, I would have realized at this point there is no Stalker's Nest. We've already encountered all 5 sub-objectives. I wonder if Tier 10s will have 6 sub-objectives at any point. Maybe those new mega bases will count themselves as a sub-objective. They did in Image have Sport Towers and Detector Towers in them, so maybe they will.
Required. Calm down the support weapon. Reinforce.
Freedom has prevailed. Now head to the extraction point.
Northwest.
Yeah, medium penetration weapons, and in fact even light penetration weapons, can deal damage to ripped off armor like that, but it's very inconsistent on its hitboxes while the Bile Titan is moving sometimes. It's usually best to wait for it to stop and try to spew something to do that. Finishing off the radio tower, we start heading for extract. Unfortunately, there's a big Bile Titan in our way. I sit still and don't even bother canceling the reload just to get 2 shots off. However, I must have missed the forehead plate on one of them and set up for a 3rd shot. It's funny that somebody wasted 500 kg on it, though. Oh well.
Tagging location. Calling in reinforcements. Calling in orbital strike. Requesting orbital. Requesting orbital.
Well, another bug breach, another time for this old song and dance. It's not like we could just go around it, because for the most part it's directly in our way getting to extract. So I set up after stunning, and then ragdolling, unfortunately, to actually get on this. I take a little bit of friendly fire damage, but most of it is under the effects of the stick. So I end up making it out fine, as annoying as these hunters surrounding me like to be. What the hell? I don't even think that was on that guy. I think I just didn't take any damage from that.
Minutes remaining.
For reasons, I don't know why.
Tagging map. East. 100 meters.
Anyone who runs the supply pack and does this is immediately the best type of person that you can play with outside of one of your own friends that you're used to communicating with. They're just damn the best type of people. It's just like, congrats. Thank you very much for doing that. You didn't have to, but it's very greatly appreciated. Make sure to appreciate it, even if it's just to use a simple in-game thing. I want to make a point of this. Oh no. There's more Biles. Somebody else has already shot it. That's... Oh, okay. Yeah, 2 500 kgs. Time to back up a little bit. Yeah, that guy... I don't know what the plan was there. I think it's dead. It is. It's just slowly sinking in the ground because it's too close to extract, so it doesn't properly animate its dead bodies. That way, it doesn't get stuck doing things. But sometimes they still get stuck doing things.
Shuttle inbound.
Oh, and here's my least favorite moment from this entire session. This pouncer getting that caught right there. I guess it's my turn to do the team killing.
ETA minus 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
It's okay, it's okay. I saw.
Speaking of seeing things, I saw a charger, I shot a charger, I killed a charger. And what the hell was that?
ETA minus 2 minutes.
Well, fortunately, 2 of us managed to survive that blunder. And after shooting another charger and finishing that off, well, I wanted to call in the resupport, but there's another charger on me now. Take it a little bit further away. We can do this. How is this one not dead? He's now dead. The other one is now flaming. Oh no. Oh, that was chaotic.
ETA minus 1 minute, 30 seconds. ETA minus 1 minute.
Hello to democracy!
ETA minus 30 seconds.
Heavy, southeast, 50 meters.
ETA minus 20 seconds.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, is why you should always mark something when you have bad visibility conditions. That way you can just tap it from afar like that, be it through fog, smoke clouds, heavy rain. The HUD has your back. Trust it. It is not like those traitorous machines.
Got a sample.
Honestly,
Pelican 1
an
landing
acceptable
sequence
number of team
initiated.
kills for
Watch where you're standing.
the weapons those two are using.
Objective located.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Spin vehicle drop. I don't care. You're not cool.
Today you
I'm just probably going to head south with my drop. After a little bit of self-debating, I decide, well, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Huh, this scene seems oddly familiar, except this time we have to deal with armored Bile spewers, which aren't really a good thing to deal with when you're running a recoilless rifle, and I'll explain why. Armored Bile spewers in higher difficulties spawn in numerous numbers for recoilless rifles, and honestly any anti-tank weapons to be effective methods of dealing with them. And because of that, mostly, you want to rely on autocannon users or machine gun users to take care of them. The flamethrower and the arc thrower can also take care of them, but the problem is, well, the arc thrower has enough stagger force, but not enough fire rate to actually permanently stun lock entire groups of them. And the flamethrower has, well, no ability to really stun at all, but can shred through them really quickly. To deal with these things effectively, I recommend always making sure that if you feel like they could be spawning, that you want to be able to bring a medium armored weapon to shoot through them, and especially if you're going to be bringing something that is explosive. The Jar Dominator, the explosive crossbow, the Eruptor, yeah, the exact differences don't really matter against them. For the most part, you can actually hit the sack if you need to, or just aim for the head as it presents itself. What the hell? Jumping ahead to our next objective point when we pick up the actual launch codes. I don't get too much effort out of this HMG turret, but it, being a machine gun, is also pretty good for dealing with Spore Spirits. It's the real star of this mission, hence why you're going to see this one is a lot more cut up. Because other than this moment right here, where I get to shoot at these from afar, there isn't that many good moments for the Recoilless rifle, due to the things I mentioned prior about how bad it is for dealing with armored Spore Spears. Again, it's not the fact that it can't kill them, it's just the fact that there's too many for its ammo economy.
Yeah, I think that's good when you need to move, but I don't think you should reload cancel if you're just going to immediately shoot from the spot that you're in.
That's empty. Bug hole. Northeast, 200 meters.
For context, I did not shoot the Bile there for good reason. I knew it was going to turn its head over to one of those guys that it was chasing before I could shoot it in the head again, and taking care of this objective from afar was more important. We also had a spear user who I figured would be a better bet for taking care of that while I took care of these from a good distance away. I'm not sure in hindsight if that was the good call, but I'm pretty sure I would have probably made the same exact decisions here every single time. Moving along in our mission, after hearing someone behind me prep a stratagem of some sort, I immediately throw my own, knowing, well, our cover's about to be blown anyway. We happen to both throw a Gatling barrage, which honestly I don't think, based on what I see here, is that good for dealing with armored Bile Spirits. I think they're just a little bit too tough, and the inaccuracy, especially with the orbital scatter modifier we have, is a little too inconsistent to do enough damage to finish them off. But it does soften them up enough that I end up with using less bullets here, and can spin around and deal with those ones on the hill who are harassing my teammate. I decide not to shoot at the little mini Bile Spears before deciding, okay, this guy needs more help, and maybe I can take out a few of them as I turn back around. But it's hard to tell with that big smoke cloud so close to me. Speaking of shooting things through the smoke, there is definitely a lot of these damn things on Tier 9 missions. There's maybe even too many after the changes that were made to how often they spawn compared to chargers and stuff. Making less chargers and Biles makes more room for them, and frankly, I'm not about that. But also, I'm also glad there's not like 20 chargers in your face at a time anymore. Okay, there's really only 20 super, but it can be a half dozen very quickly before. The rest of that fight isn't really for me to finish off, but I would like to share this charger, getting pretty intimate. Don't report me to the democracy officer. I shot that thing dead in the face, as you can plainly see. Though this is mostly a video about the recoilless rifle, I would like to highlight here, make sure that when you activate a CFAF artillery, that you in chat somewhere let everyone know what the order is. That way they can scroll up and check at any point. In fact, if it gets scrolled off the screen by people discovering locations of interest or outposts or whatever, maybe even take the time to re-note what it is in chat, so that way everyone knows what they are about to throw. I keep checking over my shoulder here to see how I-1 is doing in terms of that patrol behind him as we sneak around. He seems to be doing a good enough job getting away from it, but I decide time to pick up the pace just a little bit, because we're about to get spotted here anyway and have to push through patrol after patrol. It's not going to be a fun run all the way back over to Extract regardless. So, with that in mind, and knowing that the faster I take care of this, the faster he can get out of here, I don't even take the time to wait to sneak around to get into position to shoot both the bug holes. I just take my opportunity and start sprinting to get into position to shoot the second one. There is times for stealth, but there's also times when you just need to go loud and go fast. I think the next biggest example of this is if you get any inkling for ideas for how fast like bot drops or bot patrols spawn or whatnot, you can definitely just say, okay, let's go loud and kill all of the light bots before they manage to get off anything crazy and ruin our days with a bot drop. Since imagining running away and sneaking around content isn't that investing to most Helldivers, let's put it like that, I've decided to skip ahead to when we've actually grouped up and started to engage again in the middle of an ion storm. It's hard to pick target priority sometimes when you've got so many people in the same area, because it's like, okay, well, is my teammate going to take care of that? Do I need to watch this flank? Do I need to shoot that hunter off of him? Or is he going to shoot through his pistol and do it? So I don't want to actually hit him. And, oop, Charger jump scare. Goodbye, Charger. We spend most of the rest of the mission beelining for extract, and knowing that that's what the team's doing and how fast we're having to move, I'd like to add in some more closing thoughts on how the Recoiless rifle handles playing quickly. Playing quickly is decently important because the faster you do missions, the faster that squad impact gets actually added at the end of an operation, but it can really be frustrating if you're trying to move quickly with one of these types of weapons. With the autocannon, sure, you have to stop still and actually take the time to reload it, but it's not always, since it's just got a slower reload time, and also get half the clip, you can reload decently quickly even while on the move. The spear also, to a certain degree, has that problem. Usually when you're using the spear, you can set up with a teammate, or you're with your team enough that they should have enough game knowledge to understand how to cover it. I could do another video that talks about the spear, because I feel like a lot of the time people misuse that weapon, especially in high-level bots. And it also lacks a lot of ammo economy to the point where people tend to just spam resupplies when they have it. You just want to form up with a teammate that has a supply pack to burn through the spears anyhow. It's not, running through your entire stock of supplies like that is usually not worth it for the spear. Especially because it can't take out a lot of targets you're going to see very frequently, like hulks or chargers, unless you're positioned properly to shoot them in the eye or face respectively. Which means that you can't be too close to them unless you're really, really close to them. But moving back to the Recoiless rifle here, in the rest of this gameplay clip, I just decide, okay, well I want to 5-star this mission, and I see this one base here, and these guys formed up together should be perfectly fine on their own. If they're not, oh well, they'll just reinforce each other, hopefully. And I'm just going to run over here to this base. I spam a lot of stun grenades behind me, and notice, okay, well if this charger's so close, I'm just going to delete him. Yeah, chargers. I have a lot to say about the Recoil rifle's relationship with chargers, but most of it boils down to my thoughts and opinions on the Charger Behemoth being so common now. The problem is with the Charger Behemoth is you can't really just one-tap them to the head, and you also, with most anti-tank weapons, can't consistently break off the front of the armor. I don't think that the sort of, oh, you've got to be moving closer to it and at a close enough range is really intentional. I think the having to be up close and personal in the charger part of it is intentional, but I don't think we have to actively be moving closer to it is intentional break off the front. And sure, you can shoot the back legs and they still have the reduced health of the regular charger, so you can still break off their armor in a single shot. But a lot of times the charger is running straight at you, meaning that that shot is harder to make. And yeah, that's great, but most people are just either going to burn a stratagem or use a flamethrower at that case, especially with the fact that chargers are less common than they used to be when they were spammed all the time. But yeah, the Recoil rifle still has a place for when you need to take out things at a rapid pace that the EAT or the Quasar can't allow you. And I feel like I'm not seeing it used enough when people are using the Quasar. Granted, some of those times when people are using the Quasar, they're using it because they really want to run the jetpack or the shield pack with it. And will I understand that? You should just be running medium armor instead of the shield pack if you need to be. The jetpack users just want to have a good time though, and I can't blame them for it. I have been Quintessence42, your lone archiver. Try using the Recoilless rifle every once in a while, and if you can, be a good teammate and do some synergy reloads. It's a lot of fun to be able to do a lot of synergy reloads. I'm signing out. Like if you did, subscribe if you will, and have a good rest of your day, evening, and or night. Peace.